This is the foamiest batch of Aircrete yet. All the way up. It was at the rim. So full 50 gallons from one batch. Up on the gate tower roof up here. And I'm gonna pour it. It's gonna go down here. So this is the parapet wall. And then this is the earthship structure. So there's all sorts of gaps up in there. I filled that one with mortar for structural reasons, but we've got all these holes here, which if I dropped the phone in there, it would be gone forever. So yeah, we're gonna dump that there. See how it goes. I'll try to hold it while I dump it. Oh yeah. That's fine. I'm going to scrape that out and get the rest in, and if I'm ambitious, I'll probably do a second batch while I'm up here and pour that one over here. Alright, here's pour number 2 on the gate tower. Oh, that didn't go quite as I wanted. Fuck. Whoop, that was explosive. Alright. And it still hasn't filled the gaps yet, so maybe when I scrape it all, 2 of those will get to the top. So it's taking a good bit of foamcrete. Seems like a decent ratio. Just letting a little bit of the liquid out. So this one is just a little bit on to get it going, and you can kind of see in the clear tube the speed as well as if it's mostly air or if it's got the mix. So this one is the mostly air coming through because it's coming off the upper one, and the lower one's got the mixture, and then that's coming in there. So the one with more mixtures shooting in a bit, and then the rest blows it through, and then that's steel wool to agitate it, and you get the shaving cream coming out. So this is working on the 3rd batch of the Aircrete insulation in between the wall there and the tire structure. With this one, we'll get it up level to the top, at least in the first 2 cavities there. And I'll try to get the pour again. Alright, here's pour number 3. I'll try to do better than the last one. Oh. Still finding some place to go. Not filling up yet. Oh, maybe that one is filling up now. Looks like it. So it looks like that first bay, or whatever you'd call it, that first hole is mostly full, though it's still going in there. Alright, I'll cut it there. So this is where we're at after 3 batches of Aircrete. That hole there, which was the primary one it was going into, is still not full because it still fell out. And the other thing is that it's like basically a column that's like 8 feet tall. So that might cause more pressure and more slump or from the bubbles. Might give more. So the it's all going in this wall here behind there, and you can actually see here in the window. Let's see if you can see that there. So that's the foam crate or Aircrete right there coming up. The right side of this, that side is mortar. I call them a mortar going down. And then the Aircrete is coming up from there and up underneath there. In order to get in there. And there's not really any other holes to see it through because all the other windows are sealed except for maybe this one. Oh yeah, this one. No, not this far over because it was mostly on the other side. But tomorrow, if the weather is good, we'll pour on this side of the tower, and then we'll be able to see it underneath that window there. But most of, I guess all 3 of those pours pretty much ended up behind this wall here, all the way up to there underneath. You can see actually that moisture is coming from the, I don't know. And yeah, that's it for today. Check it out, I just noticed this. So the Aircrete from behind the wall is like foaming, I guess. And it's interesting activity to see all this foaming going on down here. It might not be a good sign because that might mean that bubbles on the inside are bursting. Likely that would be from all the pressure from up above. So that's got to be at least 12 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet. And all that pressure, I suppose, here at the bottom is pushing the bubbles through or something. There's too much column pressure, and that's bubble bursting or something. So that's where that was, and or is going, bubbles coming out, and then all the way over here, we've got some coming out. So it's really getting all the way around and finding any little hole to push out. So I'll give it a minute. Oh yeah, it's still oozing out of there. You can see some of the bubbles in it. So yeah, that's a good lesson. Too big of a column to pour that, so it would have been smarter to do probably like in 4-foot column sections and then wait like 24 hours. Meaning like pour it in all of them so that there's like 4 to 6 feet going up, and then wait for that to dry before the next day doing the next one, instead of doing it all in one corner and then it kind of sliding all down and having a lot of pressure. We'll see. Well, we won't really see behind it, but we'll just be able to see the slump up top and how much that gives. And yeah. Alright, this is Aircrete batch number 3 of the day. I'm going to try to dump it as far as I can that way. Let's see how I do. Not bad. Finally got one bay fill, second one bay full. Second one is on its way. And it's all taking more than I figured, but I'm getting there. Alright, here's batch number 4 of the day into the gate tower. 5 of the day overall, and 7 overall into the gate tower. Oh yeah, there's some new holes there. Just started to get into those ones. I'm gonna take quite a few more. There's batch number 5 of the day, I think. It's not as much volume. Oh, the drill actually broke halfway through, and I had to fix the wire, and it seemed to lose a little volume. Ooh. Oh, good. I can't get it going to the right because that's a water drain. Alright, well, yeah, that's it. Alright, this is the last Aircrete batch of the day. I forget how many it's been today. I've lost count, but it's the most Portland I've gone through in a day. That's for sure. Each bucket of this is one bag of Portland. Okay, here we go. Oh no, we're sliding. Oh, that was quite a big boom of that barrel against the wall. Good thing the wall is solid. Sorry about the gum. I just realized last time I looked at the video how annoying that is. I didn't really think about it. So it's always deceptive at first because it keeps going in. But we might be getting close to getting those ones full and then working on these ones. If I had to guess, I would say 3 more batches will do it. But I have to get more Portland. So after that last batch, we finally, looks like it's pretty stable in those 2 holes there. So there's a lot that went into that hole, a whole bunch. So yeah, probably 2 or 3 more batches, and what I'm gonna, or just to fill the side holes, and then when I come up here for the ceiling, I'm gonna use all of this styrofoam that's all trash, and I'm gonna stick the styrofoam into the Aircrete to like big blocks, and the Aircrete will go around it. Then I'll build up this whole floor level here, higher and higher, with all that, with the 2 of those. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Remember when I said that we'll be able to look down in that window and see the Aircrete? Well, little did I know, when I was putting it down that hole from the top, it was coming out, or some of it anyways. It's coming out of there. So I'll just plaster that on, no big deal. But that's good to see that it's that high, because that means that all the extra Aircrete that's put in on the other side of it will all go one way. And then here there's a little bit of just fluid water coming out. Everything else looks pretty tight. Let's get all the way around the corner. Again, sorry about the gum, it's so hard. Yeah, it's all tight for the Aircrete, other than that window splurge. So I'll take care of that shortly. Hey guys, it's the first pour of the 3rd day. I'm gonna try to get it over that way. You can see how well how much the last one's filled. So we're aiming for that corner without getting into the drain there. Wow, wasn't that controlled? Except for the gum. Smacking the gum as soon as I did it. Alright. I'm gonna scrape this in and do another. Alright, I'm all positioned for the second pour. Got a real full batch here. Oh yeah. Oh good. Yeah, I couldn't get any done there. That was good. Alright. Let's see if back here you can see any. Oh yeah, you see it in there? Sliding down. So we'll see once I push all that in how high it gets over here. So after I pushed all that in up there, down here by this drain, you can see it started coming up there, so I started pushing all these insulation blocks in there to try to block it up so that it doesn't keep pushing out and then get into the drain. A little bit of it is collapsing now, so it looks like it's all the way over and up. See, look over here. You can see it coming up in that little corner there, so it's getting all the way around. Good. This is on the far end of the gate tower here before the entrance, the far end of the tower structure. And it looks like grass or cricket just climbed out of there like, something's coming. Let's see, can you see it? Oh yeah, there's the Aircrete right there. Bubbling. Yeah, it found a way out there. So when it's at the right viscosity, I'll probably scoop some up from down there, stick it right in up there, and then it'll counter any slump, hopefully. We'll see. It's still coming out here. I'll have to clean that up, but yeah, you got to get it really tight for this foamcrete. It's not like not even like wet mortar. Frickin' fly. There's someone who's buzzing me right now, watching this probably. Anyways, little spill, no big deal. Just leave it there. So this is that one window bay that overflowed with Aircrete yesterday. I tried putting rocks in and some cans to block it, but that didn't work. But we'll see how I can take it apart. Main thing is I don't want the Aircrete in that screen. You can see the consistency of it after a day. Very interesting and unique kind of consistency. I'm not sure what I could compare it to other than some kind of light ice cream. So anyways, that's just to kind of get a gist of how workable it is. That's where those cans were that I put in there. And I'll just end up mortaring this, sloping away from the window. There's a little insulation there. I have to take that can out, we'll see. But it's very forgiving in that sense of working with it. So what I'm going to do is I'll spray this out, make sure it's all out of there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be an issue. It's so much different than cement a mortar where like you leave it on a tool or you leave it in the machine for a couple days and you're kind of like, you can ruin a machine or ruin a tool. But with this Aircrete, you can just kind of bust it right out. Very specific uses for this stuff, and it's perfect for the insulation behind this wall because it doesn't need to bear any weight. Just insulate. All right, that's all for now. I just finished putting all sorts of shit in that crevice there. We've got old sleeping bags and foam things and insulation blocks and single-use styrofoam, and there's a whole trash bag full of plastic bags and other styrofoam and other shit in there. So what I'm doing is that's all going to be insulative. The tire and the tub won't stay. That's just holding the thing down. Same with that tire. And what I'm going to do is foam all this in place so that it won't move too much. And then I'll do Aircrete over all of it. And this will take up a lot of the volume so that try to get the Aircrete all leveled out. Alright, so I've got a bunch of shit in here now. The tire's gonna move, but we've got all sorts of shit. Here's the last batch. It got so full it's overflowing. I did a bag and a half of Portland in this one, so it'll be a bit stronger. I found that when they're this full with just one bag, that's a pretty weak mix. You can't stand on it even when it's cured. Oh, so let's see what's gonna happen with this. Oh, come on, not so fast. Yeah. Okay, look at that. So there's lots of holes in there. I'll take it all out to fill. But I guess that's after one. It's filling that first area. And I'm gonna do 3 altogether today. Maybe 4, we'll see. So after I spread it, covered up all that stuff, looks pretty darn flat. Making our way that way. I'm pretty happy with how that first one turned out. I'm sure it'll slump some more and stuff, but pretty great. I couldn't find the phone for the second pour, but this is the result of it. I can't tell how bright this is, but so there was a good bit of slump from the first one that I wasn't able to fill in that one hole. And there's still a lot of holes to fill. I've only got enough for 2 more batches. So the next one I'll probably mix right here and dump into here. And hopefully one more will fill that end gap there. And then the final 4th batch, remove that tire and then pour it right in there and hopefully fill in most of those holes. And yeah, it's kind of cool how all this trash will end up just getting covered over, and it'll create all this space up here. So I'm going to mix the 3rd batch now and check back in once that's ready. Here's batch number 3. I'm going to try to get it on this right, using those bottles as a runway sort of, and get it right in that gap there. Oh no, we don't want to slide though. I gotta tip it. worked out pretty well. And the foam is not coming out there. So it should be enough to fill this, I think. Hopefully it's not coming out the bottom. Either. Doesn't look like it, but it's still going down. Alright, I'm gonna get all that in. So after that full batch, it looks like the left bay there is potentially full, but the right bay is still going in. I thought for sure that would be enough. So, only got enough for one more batch, so I'll put that in there, I think, and then this will be all fucked for when it rains. Maybe I'll go get Portland right now and do more today. Who knows? Okay, here's batch number 4. Hopefully I'll get it into the, or fill up that last hole. Oh, that's looking promising. So I'm going to put the rest of it over someplace else. It's going to rain tonight. And I really need to fill this up. So I'm actually going to run into town and get more Portland. And hopefully be able to do another batch or two before the rain so that it'll all drain over this. Alright, so after 4 batches, it still looks like a mess. That's covered up there to keep some of the moisture in. So there's still a lot to cover here. But it looks like that hole down there is full. So, I'm thinking that if I could possibly get 2 more batches in today, I think it'll get a lot of coverage in here, and then potentially even have it banked so the water goes out. Of course, it won't be dry by tonight, and it's all rushed, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go now, I guess. So the little the bottle dike here, the bottle wall, to funnel all of the Aircrete into that hole worked well. I just got back from Home Depot and got more Portland, but at this point it's supposed to rain in 6 hours, and I feel like if I pour more, it's going to be too unstable for the rain. And it's also going to, the stuff that's there now, it's at a certain state where it'll probably harden enough to be somewhat okay from the rain. It'll take raindrop damage and everything, but I think if I poured more now, it would just be problematic. So all this shit will get rained on. Oh man, that really sucks. But I'll do my best to cover it. I really wish I would just pour more. Anyways, and then when I got back, I realized that down here, so that's where the drain is. So it was holding when I left, but I guess the pressure caused the Aircrete found a hole and then worked its way back up. So now it's filling the drain, so I gotta dig that out. Luckily it shouldn't really be a problem, and I just don't want to do it too soon to cause any more stuff to pour in there. So I want it to be solid enough for the other Aircrete to stay. Well, anyways, yeah, so that was a bit disappointing, and I was hoping I'd be able to get this all poured before the rain, but we'll have to wait a while, and instead I'll try to protect it from the rain. And that's all for now for the gate tower insulation project. Looks like a dump. So I've collected a whole bunch of trash things that will be somewhat insulative and hopefully won't degrade. And I've thrown it into that low drain area, seeing as I decided to not use the drain anymore. And then added some foam to keep a lot of it in place, because some of it might even be more buoyant than the foam. Aircrete. This is how this stuff is all looking after the storm. I was able to cover up most of this, and so the strength of it over here, you can see this is like, we're quite crumbly. This is a little less crumbly, and this is like super crumbly. So one thing I'm gonna do differently is I think I'm going to add a bag and a half of Portland to each full barrel instead of just one bag. And then I think the added, the other option would just be to do less foam per full bag of Portland, just to make it stronger. But anyways, I'm going to get into Aircrete mode. Got all this all ready, and I'm hoping by the time that I'm done to have a lot of that covered. And then I guess the low point is still right down there, so I definitely want to fill in this hole where the hole was full, but then it fell out going into the drain. So we'll fill all of that, and the highest you can go is to the edge of that potentially, so that would be like half submerging this stuff. And then if I pour from this side, ideally, I'm going to start at the bottom, I think. So I'm going to start at the bottom, do a couple batches, and work my way up and go through all the Portland that is here for now. And maybe I'll go get some more Portland. Okay, here's the first pour of the day going down into Garbage Town. Oh, I can balance it. Oh, got my foot. Alright, well, there's your first pour. I'm gonna get the rest out and hopefully get to fill that hole there. The hole down there is still not full. Hopefully batch number 2 will fill it. If I can get it right in here. Oh, look at that, it's like a full arch. I went around and checked to make sure there's no secret spots where it's coming out. High speed. But it could be coming up from underneath, perhaps. Anyways, keep doing more. Here's the third batch of the day. Gonna probably cover the rest of that insulation over there. It's gonna be a little sketchy pouring it. So you can see, I guess, the strange kind of strength of it, of how that impacted it, kind of. Look at that. Yeah, I basically just hit the insulation underneath. The Aircrete didn't stop it at all. It's got no structural integrity, it's just foam. At this strength anyways, if you make it thicker, I'm sure it can have more, but that's good. So I'll push that into all those cracks. Most of that, I'm sure, will disappear down the holes. I'm going to do one more batch, which will look probably poured right in that exact same spot. Alright, here's batch number 4. I think it's 4, right? Got high hopes for this one. I'm going to try to put it right into this here corner, if I can tip it. Oh, kind of. technical difficulties. Oh, this is by far the worst pour yet. So this Aircrete can't get any traction. Oh, look. Slide into all the other shit. Alright. Oh, the phone is surprisingly clean. This fucking shit show continues. God damn. Oh. Alright, well, I got the outside board. Just gotta clean out the inside. Yeah, I'll check back in after. So we're pretty close. Looks like that hole is full. Those holes in the back are largely filled, but not all the way. They're in the shade, so it's hard to see. A couple holes here. I decided to make a 5th batch. Last bag of Portland, I was going to do some mortar, but make it all Aircrete, and this should really level it all out. So yeah, I'll get the pour again. Do a better job than last time. Oh, that's what I said. And then disaster. Last bit up here. Push that out, and we should have a good platform now. I'll get a final shot after this one's done, and then I think I'll upload this video. All right, finally it's all coming together. This is flat to there, flat to here. And we basically got a sloping walk thing, and it's to the slope of this. So I think what I'll do is I'll scrape all this off after it dries, and I'll end up putting a mortar coat over this layer, which will connect the wall with this mortar. I just got to make sure this is a clean connection here. And that'll seal it and give it strength. This will all be done, and it'll probably just go down like this. So step down, down, and then here's the next big project. All of this trash, I'm gonna mortar all of that in. So it'll probably step down and then around, and then that'll be all that area has to get filled. A whole bunch of trash, but if that hole is filled, it's all looking good. That's all for now. Yeah, close.